These are the 7 biggest weight loss mistakes that kept me overweight that you do not want to repeat. But the good news is you can avoid these easily and improve faster than I did. In 2020, I was at the heaviest weight I had ever been. I was 30 pounds heavier. I sat on my desk from 8 to 10 hours a day. I had an unhealthy relationship with food and had never stepped into a gym to exercise. It took me 3 years of ups and downs to finally lose the weight and keep it off in a healthy way without fad diets or major restrictions. So let's jump into these 7 mistakes that you can avoid. Number 1. Was I focused on exercise over nutrition. In the beginning, I thought that exercise was the only thing I needed in order to lose weight. I would go to the gym and do a ton of cardio and maybe mindlessly pick up some dumbbells, but I would continue eating the same way that I was before. And because I was working out, I would then overcompensate and overeat because I was hungry from working out. And when it really hit me was when I heard the phrase, abs are made in the kitchen. In other words, working out is just part of the puzzle. When I finally started to see success with my weight loss, it's when I started prioritizing my calorie deficit first and mastered that with a good meal plan that I could stick to. Truly, the most surprising thing is you don't even really need exercise if you're focused on eating at a caloric deficit. Cardio can be used as a tool to help speed the process along, and strength training can be used to help create more definition on your body and to help with weight distribution so you don't get that skinny fat look. Mistake number 2 is going cold turkey. And this is why I ended up failing more times than one, because I would say enough is enough, and I would go to the grocery store and shop as healthy Heather, but would come home and look in my fridge and order DoorDash instead out of habit. I thought that to lose weight I had to change everything all at once and would restrict myself from all the things that I actually enjoyed to eat, and that just never worked for me. I would tell myself, okay, for real this time, I'm only eating chicken and veggies and fish, but then the next day I would feel so deprived and hungry for all the foods that I had craved and loved that I would just end up binge eating on foods and ordering out by the end of the night. I learned that the idea of unhealthy food or bad food is a myth. What can be unhealthy is the portion size, but you can still enjoy the things that you love in moderation while you're on your weight loss journey. Number 3 is being scared to track calories. Look, the truth is we always tend to assume we're eating less calories than we actually are, but in truth, if we're gaining weight, it's because we're eating above our caloric maintenance. I was scared to count the number of calories I was eating because I was afraid of how high the number actually probably was. So by staying ignorant, I didn't have to face the fact of reality and the reality of seeing exactly how many calories I was consuming. But honestly, this did nothing to benefit me and only hurt me by not being aware of what any numbers were in terms of calories. I would never even glance at a nutrition label, but now it's actually second nature to me. And not in a bad way, but in a sense, you learn to consistently be aware of how many calories things are because it's way better than not knowing at all. And some of them will really surprise you. For example, here's a photo highlighting how different 200 calories looks in certain foods. By being aware, then you can make the decision. Do I want a handful of chips that are just empty calories where I'm going to be hungry in an hour? Or do I want something satiating that will keep me full, that's full of protein and whole grain and things that are actually fueling my body? You don't need to track your weight and your calories forever, but being aware of how many calories things are can help you make smarter decisions for yourself and your goals. It's about learning what a healthy portion size is and unlearning potentially unhealthy habits that we've continued to practice mindlessly. Number 4 is expecting immediate results. I always mention that on my fitness journey to losing 30 pounds, it took me 3 years of learning, failing, trial and error. I thought that once I decided to lose weight, it would all just come right off. But I would love for you all to learn this way earlier than I did, which is progress is not linear and it's not automatic either. You'll need to commit to the new lifestyle and continue eating the fruits, the veggies, and the protein for some time before the results will start to show up. This can lead to feeling defeated because you have certain expectations for what the results should be and how quickly you should see them. You think that the scale should reflect exactly how much hard work that you've put in, and there's just not always that correlation. Because if you expect immediate results and then you aren't seeing progress, it can lead to unhealthy diets, diets, unhealthy fasting, and burnout in the gym or with exercise in a way to overcompensate, which will just leave you drained and exhausted and back at square one. The main goal should be to trust the process and focus less on results and more about building the lifestyle and healthy habits, and commit to making healthier choices every single day. Number 5 is following diet and exercise plans that were not enjoyable for me. A healthy diet can be fun, and learning new and healthy recipes can be fun, but when I was trying to stick to boiled chicken and flavorless broccoli, I was not excited about my food, and it led to my meal prep staying in the fridge until it went bad. And same with exercise. I went about exercise all wrong, like looking up fitness influencers that I liked and that I wanted their body, so I would just try to follow their fitness plan without taking into account my level of experience or how many days of the week I could actually work out that fits into my routine. What finally worked with diet and exercise was incorporating meals and activities that I actually enjoyed, not things that exhausted me and took way too many hours and made me dread going to the gym. Number 6 is not prioritizing sleep. I didn't think sleep had any correlation with weight loss or what I was doing in the gym or with my nutrition. You could say I slept on sleep because I used to go to sleep at like 1 a.m. on a good day. I was never consistent at the time I went to sleep, and I would usually always be snoozing my alarm by the morning. Sleep and the days that you're not exercising are actually so crucial for recovery. Poor sleep is associated with increased stress, and because you spend more time awake, it can make you feel more hungry and so increase your appetite. It can also decrease your metabolism, which means an increase in fat storage, which equals weight gain. And also, I don't know about you, but when I stayed up late, that was when I had my biggest cravings. For me, it was hot Cheetos, so it just created more opportunities to eat. So I wish I had prioritized my sleep early on, because increasing sleep helps with so many other things overall. So get consistent sleep, 7 to 8 hours a night. And number 7 is being afraid to gain muscle. Y'all, I was afraid to gain muscle for so long. I always assumed I would get too muscular and looking too like masculine if I gained muscle. And as a girl, I know there's so many waves in the industry about what the ideal body type should look like. I always just thought that if I was healthy, I had to be thin. So I didn't want to think about muscles. I didn't want that. I even thought my calves were too big. The cool thing is I learned that actually having more mass and muscle can be really beneficial for so many reasons. One of them includes you can actually eat more and not gain too much fat. A lower weight coincides with a lower caloric intake overall. So if you have more muscle, you get the benefit of also being able to eat a little bit more. Not only that, but it is possible to use training to emphasize certain parts of your body. So for example, I've gone through different weight muscle gaining phases where I can choose to target certain different areas of my body. Like when I was focusing more on growing my glutes, I added more leg days throughout the week and more glute targeted exercises. That being said, genetics does play a major role, but it is nice to know that building muscle in certain areas with greater focus is possible. And if you love this video and want to see exactly how I lost 30 pounds, speed up your weight loss process, check out my video. If I had to lose 30 pounds again, I would do this as soon as possible and help you get started on your weight loss journey today. Please comment down below a misconception you had before you started working out or exercising or focusing on your weight loss journey, something that you learned so you can help teach all of us. Thanks for joining, and I wish you the best of luck on your weight loss journey. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.